Today's Sunshine Note is titled, Why So Shameless? You shall not steal. Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. It was 1 in the morning, and everyone in the house except me was asleep. This was when I made the most stupid decision I have ever made. I carefully crept from my bed, trying not to wake anyone up, and went to the room where my mom and sister were sleeping. With a wicked smile on my face, I carefully rummaged through my mom's purse. There it is. I carefully and shamelessly pulled out my mom's wallet and stole 300,000 won, the equivalent of $300. The next morning, trying to hide my evil happiness from my parents, I quickly left for school. I still remember that day as the fastest school day ever because I was planning how to use the money. Later, I heard from my dad that both my parents were in a panic that morning after I had left for school. Mom had found that the money was missing and was frantically looking for it. It was very important because the money had to be returned to her workplace. In their search, they found the stolen money in my room. I usually hung out with my friends after school until 6 or 7 each evening before riding back home by bus. But that day, my dad came to school to pick me up. On our way home, he asked about my school and wanted to know how everything was going. I didn't realize that he was hoping that I might confess to him what I had done. Finally, when we were about 5 minutes away from home, he stopped the car and asked me if I had something to tell him. I said no. He drove a few more minutes and asked me again, but I still said no. Then he told me that he already knew everything and had hoped that I would tell him myself. I cried. I cried in my father's chest as loud as I could. All the shamelessness I had had suddenly came back to me as regret. But my parents still forgave me. They forgave me even though I had stolen the money and had confessed only with prompting. The experience taught me how great their love is for me. What is amazing to think is that God's love for us, including a child like me, is greater than any love any person can give. I thank God for my parents who taught me a very valuable lesson that day. You shall not steal. Exodus 20:15. May God bless you today.